The day the HOA slapped me with a $10,000 fine for grass slightly over their absurd limit was the day I decided to transform my 20-acre Texas ranch into a state-of-the-art shooting range, just 800 feet from the HOA president's mansion. They didn't know I was a former Green Beret with a law degree or that this land was my father's last gift to me, a legacy I'd defend with everything I had. Where are you watching this from? Drop a comment below if you've ever clashed with an HOA. This story will leave you speechless. The letter from Riverside Heights HOA, printed on pretentious ivory paper, boiled my blood. $10,000 for grass barely 2 inches too tall? It wasn't the first. They'd nitpicked my flagpole, called my pickup truck an eyesore, and claimed my small display of military medals on the porch. Clashed with community aesthetics. Each fine grew steeper, but this was war. I'd lived here 5 years without issue, but suddenly I was their target. My father had owned this land since the 1950s, before the HOA's gated community swallowed the area. Developers tricked him into putting the front 5 acres under their rules, but the back 15 were mine, free and clear. That evening, my neighbor Tom Gwynn, a shy biology teacher, knocked nervously. "James, you need to hear this," he whispered, glancing around. Over coffee, he revealed that at the last HOA meeting, President Catherine Whitaker had said, "We'll make life so costly for Harper that he'll beg to sell." It wasn't about standards, it was personal. That night, I scoured county records and found the motive. Whitaker Properties, owned by Catherine's husband, Daniel, had filed plans for a luxury resort on the lake, including my land with its unmatched views and a hidden aquifer beneath. They wanted me gone, and they were playing dirty. The next night, I strode into the HOA meeting, boots gleaming, ready for battle. Catherine, with her tight bun and fake smile, froze when she saw me. "Mr. Harper, what a surprise," she cooed. "We're discussing landscaping issues." I fired back. "Let's talk about the harassment disguised as violations targeting my property." Gasps filled the room. I laid out the fines, showing photos proving my compliance. When I mentioned the resort, Catherine snapped. "That's unrelated." But the crowd stirred. Neighbors, unaware of her vendetta, started questioning her. Then she slipped, sneering that my military obsession and instability threatened the community. The room went silent. "If you're calling me unstable for serving my country," I said coldly, "watch your words." Her backpedaling couldn't hide her contempt. Catherine cornered me after, all smiles but eyes like daggers. "Pay the fines or we'll lien your property," she hissed. I leaned in. "You're messing with the wrong guy. I know the law." Her flicker of doubt fueled me. I called my old friend Lisa Martinez, a property lawyer who'd fought corporate land grabs. "Those snakes," she growled after hearing my story. "They tried this with my family's orchard. Let's bury them." In her office, we confirmed that only my front 5 acres were under HOA control. Better yet, the HOA had illegally expanded its boundaries 3 years ago without proper consent, potentially voiding its authority over my land. We dug deeper, uncovering Catherine's playbook, altered bylaws, strong-arm tactics, and a buried embezzlement scandal from her past. Sheriff Mark Reynolds, my father's old friend, shared off-record intel about other pressured residents and Daniel's county connections. "Watch Daniel," he warned. "Catherine's loud, but he's the real threat." My plan crystallized when I studied my land's map. The back 15 acres, free of HOA rules, bordered Catherine's pristine estate. Texas law allowed shooting ranges on private land. I called Lisa to confirm legality, my buddy Chris, who ran a range in Dallas, for logistics, and the county clerk for a business permit. Harper Precision Range was born. I filed for a permit, detailing a safe, veteran-focused facility. While waiting, I cleared the land with Chris's heavy equipment, the noise echoing to Catherine's backyard. 3 days in, her BMW screeched up. "What is this?" she shrieked, heels sinking in the dirt. "Developing my land," I said calmly. "All legal, outside your jurisdiction," she sputtered. You can't. I smiled. My lawyer says I can? The HOA's emergency meeting was a circus. Catherine ranted about dangerous noise, but I countered with safety plans and reminded everyone my land wasn't theirs to control. Tom spoke up, exposing Catherine's noisy parties. Another neighbor, Emily Carter, asked why a safety-focused range was worse than Catherine's rule-bending. Catherine's grip was slipping. Daniel Whitaker showed up next, all charm. Let's talk business, he said, offering to erase the fines and buy my land for double its value. I refused. This is my father's legacy. I'm not selling. His mask dropped. You'll regret this. I own this county. I shot back. I've got the law and neighbors tired of your wife's bullying. The permit came through, and construction ramped up. Neighbors and veterans volunteered, turning my fight into a community stand. I sent pink invitations to the range's grand opening, timed for Catherine's Sunday brunch, with a cheeky brochure on how gunfire carries over water. Catherine retaliated. Fake roadblocks appeared, county inspections stalled, and a local paper ran a hit piece quoting her concerns for children. Supporters faced threats. Tom's job was jeopardized, and Emily got odd tax notices. I fought back with a website, riversideexposed.com, where residents shared HOA horror stories. At another HOA meeting, Catherine pushed a 300% fee hike for detrimental activities. I played a recording of her trashing middle-class nobodies who don't belong. The room exploded. She stormed out as calls for her resignation grew. Lisa uncovered fraud in Whitaker Properties resort plans, recycled environmental reports to dodge regulations. Sheriff Reynolds tipped me off about a permit denial plot. At the county meeting, Lisa exposed the fraud, linking it to Daniel's cronies. The permit passed, but Catherine wasn't done. She showed up at my porch, unhinged. You're nothing, she screamed. A washed-up soldier. My security camera caught every word. That night, Daniel called for a secret diner meeting, revealing Catherine's forged signatures and the aquifer's true value. She's out of control, he said, offering evidence for immunity. I had him. Lisa and I built a case, exposing Catherine's corruption. At a packed town hall, we presented the fraud, forgery, and intimidation. Residents shared their stories, and Catherine's porch rant played on a big screen, shattering her image. When Tom revealed her job threat, she snapped, admitting she targeted me for the aquifer. It's for progress, she yelled, storming out. The HOA ousted her, and Tom led reforms. Days before the opening, Chris caught intruders at the range. Sheriff Reynolds found a note. Sunday won't happen. That night, I recorded Catherine and two men with gas cans, planning arson. Reynolds arrested them mid-act. Catherine faced charges for arson, trespassing, and conspiracy. Daniel divorced her, exposing her asset hiding. The range opened to a huge crowd, a symbol of resilience. Catherine's trial ended in a guilty verdict, with community service and restitution funding veteran housing. Her estate was auctioned to my veteran nonprofit for pennies. Riverside Heights is reborn. The HOA serves residents, the range thrives, and the aquifer is protected. Catherine's defeat echoes every Sunday with the shots she despised. Bullies bank on your silence, but I showed them what happens when you fight back, legally, loudly, and with neighbors by your side. Where are you watching from? Has an HOA pushed you around? And what do you think of my prank, building a range to row Catherine? Was it justice or too far? Share your thoughts below and let's debate. How far is too far when you're pushed to the edge? Hit that like button if you're Team Harper, and subscribe for more stories of standing your ground.